Welcome back to Income Trading 101. Today we're going to take a look at a stock called Celsius Holdings, symbol CELH. And today is July the 14th, 2021. Let's dive on in. So the first thing I want to do, I'm checking also for earnings. I see they had earnings a couple months ago. I definitely don't want to end up trading an earnings stock without knowing that I'm trading an earnings stock. So I'm going to pull this chart out just to see where this stock has been. And for the longest time, it was a penny stock, meaning it traded for under $5 per share. And you could see really in 2020, this stock just went to the moon. So we're going to go ahead and just take a look really at the last year of trading, which is great because we'll catch most of the rally that the stock has experienced. So let's put out some moving averages and just get a better sense of how we're looking relative to the history. So I'm going to change this top one to a 10-day, make it green. It's going to be my go-to for looking for a bullish signal, really buys in the market. Second one is going to be my bearish signal, and that's my red 20-day. And my third is just the historical context. It's going to be a 3-month moving average of the stock, and that's the 60-day right now. So you can see obviously during these periods during these huge periods actually of up moves, you have a situation where the 10-day is higher than the 20, and then the yellow here, the 60-day. What's interesting is back here in October, late October, early November, you had a convergence of the not only the moving averages, all three moving averages got really tight, but you also had stock price, the daily stock price right around there. It's really quite interesting because we don't see that too often, and then the stock just exploded off of that level. So anyway, something to note. Right now we actually have a situation where we're still looking bullish. The green 10-day period is higher than the 20, which is higher than the 60-day. Let's take a look at the 1 hour just to get a better sense of intraday, how this is looking. So intraday, it's definitely a period of consolidation because you have the 60 period between the 20 and the 10. So I tend to call those periods of consolidation. Now we could be in a situation where that 20 period, actually we're right now. Let me take a better look. I'm incorrect actually. I was thinking they were out. They actually, let me see if I can expand this a bit. They actually are still bullish. You can see the 60 period is less than the 20 period, which is less than the 10. And you can always look at the numerical values up in the upper left-hand corner over here. So for right now, for today, all three of these moving averages are in line on the 1 hour. So bullish at the 1 hour and on the daily. On the 30-minute, we still have a bullish situation where the 10 period is higher than the 20, which is higher than the 60. And even though the 10 is angled down slightly right now, let me pull this over a little bit. This little slope down, that can change with one uptick, and it'll look a lot more bullish. So I always am aware of how these charting softwares really make these look. At the 15-minute, you do have a period of consolidation. So you can see the 20 period is above the 10, which is above the 60. I call that consolidation, as all three moving averages are much closer in line together, or they're just not in order to call it bullish or bearish. So consolidation meaning that the market is consolidating, and we'll have to see which type of trend continues going forward. Let me kick this back out to the daily. Someone asked me why I focus on technical analysis, and it's one of the tools that I like to use to just try to define a trend, My goal is always to trade with the trend, or if I'm going to trade against the trend, I certainly want to have a clear reason why I'm willing to do that. But I don't want to be in a trade and not know which direction the trend is going. And technical analysis helps me to view that. So here's the MACD. It's one of my favorite momentum indicators. You can see how we had a clear, on the daily chart at least, a clear bearish sentiment in the MACD back in January 25th, and then it switched over to bullish in March. So even during this time period, even though the MACD was significantly off, and had you sold it here and bought it back here, you would have made money. But man, there was some chop in there, and even during this chop period, you can see how the the MACD really was headed lower. So I like to see a crossover like this one that we got in April 30th, and an almost immediate cross into the zero, or crossing the zero line, either from positive to negative or negative to positive. So the real bullish signal was back here on March 30th. You had a retest or a re-triggering of that signal on May the 17th, and we've remained bullish since then. Even though on the daily, this is these lines, the MACD and the signal line, are oscillating and even angled a little lower. They can do this for months as the previous trend continues. So I'm not looking at this as a bearish signal just yet because the stock, or because the indicator did not cross the zero line. Let's take a look now at the 1 hour. So at the 1 hour time frame, sorry about that. 1 hour time frame, we did see a bullish crossover on June 11th, and it crossed over the zero line a week later, and just seems to be oscillating there right now. Lower time frames, I feel like this indicator gets a lot more choppy. So you have a bullish crossover on June the 10th, and it's just sort of muddled around, but you can see price action really didn't move that much during that period, even though it was a nice bullish move. So it's easier to see when you expand it. I had it rather flat, and this has just been sort of oscillating around the zero line. I don't take those signals very seriously. And like here you've got, I mean, look how many trades you'd have. You'd have a bearish signal here on June the 30th, and then possible bullish signal here that would have been confirmed. So this bullish signal was on July the 1st, confirmed almost a week later to cross the zero line, only to pull back off, get another bullish cross that confirmed just hours later. And that's sort of been oscillating since then. We do have a bearish crossover here that happened yesterday, but both haven't crossed over the zero lines. We'll see how that plays out. Less prone to use the MACD for this particular stock, as it seems to be a little all over the place. Let's pull this on out again. What I will do though is take a look at just some trend lines. We'll start off just with a normal, just sort of regular trend line. So that would be one. I really was testing to see if it was going to go higher than or be able to cross over a lot more than what it did. Let me pull this. I'm sorry, that was half a thought. I wanted to see if this trend line was going to be able to extend all the way. It did not, but that is okay. Really interesting. I just like to see all of these, see visually and very clearly where the stock has been moving. I'd like to put in a couple of support levels as well. So this recent top is definitely going to be a support. This one as well, because it also played, you can see it played resistance here in March. This top from late January. You also get a resistance line here in early March. And that played, look at this, it played support for the market over the last few weeks. So here in July, very and late June as well. So very interesting. I'm going to get rid of this. I actually prefer channels. I think it gives a much clearer view of where the stock or where price action is heading. So let's see if I do that. So even though we're missing a significant chunk here, what's interesting is I could shorten this channel and pull it in over here, and it'll still largely hold. So I think that's a really interesting signal there. And you do have this crossover of both the channel, let's expand that, of the channel and the support line here, here at the at this level. So which is right around where we're sitting. I mean, we could pull a little lower there and still be within the channel, but I suspect this stock, if it does go up, it's going to retest this 82.97 level. And I like to use a little bit of Fibonacci to get a better sense of where it could head if it were to retrace. So just to have a better understanding of our overall, oh, didn't mean that one. That was fun. We're going to do this one here. That was a Gann channel. Gann's this old school trader who also used something that's similar to Fibonacci. All right. So you can see that relative to this last move, the 23.6% level, this $64.06. This actually, we kind of gapped down to that back here, just below it in early June, June the 10th, and we're off of that level now. I'm trying to see if there are any levels that were very close. I mean, 38% level also ended up playing. You can see how that played some support action back here in on January 28th. Same thing, a little bit of support, certainly a pivotal area on the 18th of May. But we're looking really at that. Those would not have been in line then. That was just for these are the retracement levels that go through this top back in June. So now as stock retraces, I want to get a sense of where it might head to if it does end up dropping. And so let's tighten this up a little bit, pull it on over. So I think the stock easily could test the $64 level, right? Very easily. So you can see how that even was support. I'm sorry, plate resistance here. Kind of a pivotal area back in early June. We could also end it, and that's assuming it doesn't retest the high and make a new high. If this thing does continue to trail off, 38.2% level is $52.37. So that'd be pretty significant. So there's a lot of downside possible price action on this stock if it doesn't continue to trail higher and push for new highs, retesting this high. But I mean, wow, look how much it's moved. This thing was trading $42, $43 area back just in last May, and it really rallied all the way $30, $40 up to $82. I mean, that's impressive. So this stock clearly can move. It's definitely going to be one worth knowing your levels on. So hey, that's going to be it for this video. Definitely, if you haven't subscribed already, please do subscribe. Thank you guys so much for listening. And I'm going to have a contest here soon. I'm still trying to figure out what you guys might enjoy as far as a contest. But if you have some thoughts, leave a comment and I'll definitely see them. And with no further ado, have a great day trading. We'll talk to you soon.